Top 10 Facts About Jeffrey Dahmer. In this top 10 we're gonna talk about the Milwaukee Monster named Jeffrey Dahmer. Are you a true crime fan? Let us know in the comments below. Without further delay, let's start with the video. Who exactly is Jeffrey Dahmer? He was born the 21st of May, 1960 in Milwaukee. His parents are Lionel Herbert Dahmer and Joyce Annette. He also got a little brother named David. Jeffrey was a normal and happy kid, loved by his family and never had any form of abuse in his childhood. His behavior started drastically changing at the age of 6. After an operation, his personality completely changed. He was quite shy and silent after this event. Already at an early age, Dahmer manifested an interest in dead animals. In his teenage years, Dahmer started drinking a lot of alcohol at school and during his daily life. It's at this moment when Dahmer realized he is gay. But he never talked to his family about that. His first disturbing fantasies came up at age of 16, when he was looking at a jogger passing in the street he lived in. The jogger passed every day, and Jeffrey was secretly thinking to kill him and abuse his body afterwards. First murder. Jeffrey Dahmer committed his first murder in 1978, only 3 weeks after his graduation. On June 18th, he picked up a boy named Stephen Mark Hicks. Stephen was almost 19 years old. Dahmer just took a barbell and hit the young boy on the head with it. When Stephen was already injured and struggling with the wound on his head, Jeffrey switched to a longer dumbbell and strangled the boy to death. After killing Stephen Hicks, Jeff started panicking and quickly hid the dead body under their house. However, Dahmer later cut the body into pieces. Preserving animals. Young Jeffrey was only 4 years old when he began collecting animal bones. He was fascinated by how they would fit together. But his dark secret was, he also killed many of those animals himself. His father, who was a scientist, decided to appease this childhood curiosity by showing Jeffrey how to clean and preserve animal parts properly. With these techniques that Jeffrey learned of his father, he would later preserve the body parts of his victims the same way, which made it possible for him to keep the dead bodies preserved in his own apartment. Jeffrey's murder count. In total he committed the murder and dismemberment of 17 men and boys, all between 1978 and 1991. Many of his later murders involve necrophilia, cannibalism and the permanent preservation of body parts. The monster's sanity. Jeffrey Dahmer was declared legally sane for his crimes, followed by his arrest in 1991. It was discovered that Dahmer suffered from multiple mental issues, including schizotypal personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, as well as psychotic disorders and splanchnophilia. His father never wanted his son to go to jail. So pleading for insanity in court was the way of getting in a mental asylum for the killer instead of jail time. However, the case didn't go their hoped way. The judge declared that Dahmer is legally sane and understood exactly what he was doing to his victims. The survivor. On July 22nd, in 1991, Jeffrey brought Tracy Edwards to his home. When they arrived, he saw multiple bottles of hydrochloric acid laying around. And he noticed a pungent smell all over in the apartment. At the moment, when Dahmer puts a handcuff on one of his wrists, Tracy knew for sure that something is wrong with Dahmer. Jeffrey then reportedly told Tracy that he wants to hear his heartbeat before eating it. Luckily Tracy was able to hit Dahmer in the face and successfully escaped his house of horror. With one handcuff still attached to his wrist, he ran outside looking for help. After this horrifying event, Jeffrey Dahmer was captured by the police. And Tracy Edwards was later deemed a hero for exposing Jeffrey's cruel crimes to authorities. Neighbors' complaints. After witnessing disturbing electric tool noises, screaming, and terrible smells coming from Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment, his neighbors filed complaints to the police multiple times. One time, a young boy managed to get out of Dahmer's flat. The boy was bleeding on his head. After seeing this, the neighbors called the cops. They reported the situation, but when the police arrived, they only found the boy named Conrack. He was bleeding from his head and sitting almost unconsciously in the hallway. Dahmer soon arrived as well just to find the situation, and he handled it with ease. Dahmer apparently told the cops that Conrack was his boyfriend, and that he simply drank too much. Despite multiple complaints from the neighborhood, the officers believed Dahmer and even helped him to take his victim back inside. Another alarming and at the same time shocking fact is that when the officers entered Dahmer's flat, there was already the dead body of a victim lying beside Jeffrey's bed. Conrack sent the sum phone, died in the hands of Dahmer soon after this incident. Proof of cannibalism. When the police finally arrested Jeffrey Dahmer on July 22nd, in 1991, they found human remains in almost every utensil in his apartment. After killing and dismembering his victims, Dahmer took out their internal organs, scarfed the flesh off of their bones, and consumed them. According to his own statements, he ate his victims because it made him feel like they are a part of him. Jeffrey's trophies. Dahmer liked to keep parts of the victims' bodies. He preserved them in jars and also kept the skulls of many of them. These skulls were later painted by Dahmer because he stated that he wanted to make them look like artifacts. The 84 Polaroids. Dahmer documented the entire killing procedures. After murdering his victim, he would take photos of their bodies in various stages of dismemberment. He also used to pose the bodies in extremely disturbing positions. The pictures were for him a way to relive each experience again. 924 North, 25th Street. On May 14, 1990, Dahmer moved out of his grandmother's house and into 924 North 25th Street, apartment 213. Within 1 week of moving into his new apartment, Dahmer had already killed his sixth victim, Raymond Smith. Today these apartments no longer exist. Most of the residents that were living there moved out after Dahmer's arrest. The apartment complex was understandably unable to rent out the now empty and horrifying marked flats to other people. Like and subscribe if you want to see more mysterious stories.